is my son. He's 10, and yeah, he's 10, and we just thought it was important to come out here because we have a lot of gay friends, a lot of gay couples, and just having to even explain to them, it feels so wrong. Just like a child doesn't understand, like why would they hate John and Chris? They're nice, or like some gay friends of ours or whatever. Like, they just don't. They don't want them to have rights, and that's what they spend their money on. So, we just wanted to show that we don't appreciate that kind of thing, especially in Los Angeles.
So you equate them supporting traditional marriage with hate? Excuse me.
What's traditional marriage?
He's downcast. He said he's a Christian, so he's supporting the biblical definition of marriage.
Absolutely.
So how is that interpreted as hate?
Because they're trying to marginalize a segment of society and remove rights for them. Does that give you a visceral reaction as a black man?
No, because I'm not gay.
Yeah, no, but can you equate it to struggles that your people went through?
No, I find it insulting. I don't see any comparison between being black, my skin color, and being a homosexual.
But do you remember there was a time when black people didn't have a right to vote or eat where they wanted to?
I've heard about it. I wasn't around, but yeah.
But it happened, right? It happened, buddy. It's history. Don't you get it?
What does being black have to do with being a homosexual?
It's the same thing. It's like people are being discriminated against for something that they have no control over.
But people choose to be gay.
They don't choose to be gay, my friend. They do not. That's backwards. You got to look it up.
Let me ask you this: are you gay?
No, I'm not.
But your son, so you're out.
No, he's not gay either.
Right. But don't you think it's wrong? He's only 10 years old. You're already corrupting his mind and his thinking by having him come out here and support something.
Corrupt his mind. This is over. This is over, son. This is over, son. Erase that bullshit. Corrupting his mind. I'll corrupt your mind.
Don't touch my camera.
I'll corrupt your mind.
Homosexuality is not about love. It's not about family. It's not about civil rights. It's about sex. And you have a right to have sex with whomever you want to, but don't impose it on us. That's all that we're asking. Sir, it's that normal. Marriage is between a man and a woman, not two men. Had God wanted two men or two women to get married, He would have made it possible for you to have children without going outside of your homosexuality. If you want a family, you have to go somewhere else and make a family.
So all the women that can't have children.
If God had wanted to be that way, He would have made it possible. But it's a put down. I don't want to ever hear you associate your perverted life with what I had to go through as a black person. Do you understand that? And then you should be ashamed perverting your little boy like that. You should be ashamed perverting your little boy like that.
Can I tell you something? Let me tell you something. My husband and I and our son, our family, and our church, my Christian church, stand behind equality for all people, marriage
But then
equality.
you're not a Christian then.
I am
If
absolutely
you're for a same-sex marriage, you're not a Christian. You can't support good and evil. You have to make up your mind. Either you're going to be on the side of good or you're going to be on the side of evil. You can't do both. And you should want these people to get over that lifestyle rather than encouraging them to be that way. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a disgrace to God.
I'm not ashamed of myself.
You should be.
I'm not ashamed of
You
myself.
should be.
Not on any way,
It's
shape,
not
or form.
right for these people. These people need help. They're mentally ill. They need help. So you're not a Christian.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Don't be sorry. Repent.
I am very sorry that you'll turn
No, you
that
should
way.
get over that. It's right. It's about sex. And it's not normal for two men or two women to get together and throw their husband and wife. And had God wanted them to be that way, He would have made it possible for them to have children without going outside of their homosexuality to have children. And instead of supporting this perverted lifestyle, they need to try to get over that lifestyle. And I don't want to hear them anymore comparing that perverted lifestyle to civil rights.
Oh, cool. So are you with the lesbian, gay, bisexual, LGBT for Obama?
You know
What
it.
you guys out here today?
Support. Don't be supporting hate. Don't be supporting hate.
Who's the hater?
Don't eat at Chick-Fil-A.
Don't eat at Chick-Fil-A? Why?
Because they're anti-gay.
They're anti-gay?
They're anti-gay.
The guy's a Christian, the head of Chick-fil-A. So he says he supports the traditional definition of marriage, biblical definition.
Right.
Does that make him anti-gay?
That's like telling someone you can be halfway yourself, but not really. That doesn't make any kind of sense.
Explain, what do you mean?
That's telling someone, okay, we support you, but not fully. But not fully. And
but they support, they hire gays, and they don't discriminate based on race or.
so that makes it okay.
Well, they don't discriminate.
So that makes it okay to contribute money to a campaign to stop gays from having equal rights. We're in a new world now where our president even stands for equality for all. So
Only after he got elected. He didn't stand for it before.
he's standing for it now, and you know what? That's a big step that any other president has ever
He
did.
was involving, so he was truthful in his statements. Sure.
Stand with our president. Equality for all.
Travis, this is our founder president.
Go to Chick-Fil-A.
Travis, he's
Nice to meet you. I said your hand. I'm just trying to balance this right now.
doing a great job.
Chick-Fil-A. Stand with our president. Just want to serve people. You know what I mean? Anybody. We want to serve everybody.
You guys are doing a great job.
No matter what.
We definitely get support from around the world. Organization of a New Destiny. We organized this support of Chick-Fil-A today, Appreciation Day. We sent out email, text, Facebook, and also on my radio show. But the point that we want to make is that the president of this organization was right when he said that a marriage is between a man and a woman. And he has a right to say that. Also, homosexuality is not about love, it's not about family, it's not about civil rights, it's about sex. And these folks are trying to impose an abnormal lifestyle upon Americans. It is okay for them to be gay if they want, as long as they do it in private, the privacy of their own home. But when they try to impose it upon us, we have a problem with that. That has to stop.
Now, do you think gay people in the United States are second-class citizens, or do they have all the same equal rights as everybody else?
They have the same equal rights as everyone else. It's just that they have a problem. They have something that they need to overcome. And what they need to overcome is homosexuality. All of us have problems that we need to overcome. But they're trying to make us accept the abnormal as norm, and that's not going to happen in this country.
So as an African American who went through the civil rights struggle in the last century and is still ongoing, do you see the LGBT movement as part of the American civil rights struggle, or?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I grew up on a plantation down in Alabama, and I remember Jim Crow laws, and I understand what we went through. And for the homosexual movement to associate themselves with what we went through is a disgrace to every black and white and Jewish person in America who stood up for us, because we were discriminated. We were discriminated because of our color, not because of who we're having sex with. These people, if they don't tell anyone that they're homosexuals, then they would not be discriminated against. So there is no comparison at all, not when I own.
Did you know who Bayard
And by the way, we're not African Americans, we are Americans. We were born in this country, this is our land as well, so we're not African American.
Religious organizations also protest against businesses as well.
Right.
Do you think that's okay when they do it?
As long as you're not imposing upon another person freedom of speech, like the homosexuals are trying to do with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has a right to have this opinion. The homosexuals have a right to have their opinion, but you can't shut people down from speaking the truth like these people are trying to do now.
Okay.
And the reason they're trying to do it because they're really not comfortable with being homosexuals. And anybody that disagrees with them bring on conflict for them because they don't have a conscience. They don't want anyone to remind them that they're wrong in their lifestyle.
Because of that, do you then
you think that the city of Boston, does the city of Boston have a right to say no to a business like that? You can't locate.
No, they don't have a right to.
Why? What's the difference?
Because this is America, and we have a right to establish businesses anywhere we want to.
Well, so
no, they don't.
But we don't have a right to say no business you can't come.
You have a right to say no, you don't want to eat at Chick-Fil-A, but you don't have a right to try to shut them down.
So if a strip club wants to move right next door to your church where you preach, they have a right to do that?
No, they don't.
Okay, why? What's the difference between a strip club and Chick-Fil-A?
Just like homosexuality, that's perverted. That's not good.
So it's whatever's perverted can't relocate. It can't locate anywhere they want, but whatever isn't perverted can. Normal people.
At one time, they didn't allow blacks to marry whites in America either. I want to compare that because you have the right to do that now. I'm not gay. I'm for civil rights. Who are you to say you can get married or not? They're not screwing in your living room. Why do you care?
It's arguing with your old thing. There's no barrier.
You're crazy. You know what amazes me? When a minority is racist, for you not, for a race not to want to be hated, but yet you could hate other people. You're insane. Who are you? You're a hypocrite. You don't want people to be racist of you, but yet you can be racist of other people. You're retarded. Are you using the word retarded? You sound retarded. You're an idiot.
Go sit down.
You're an idiot.
Just thank you for being out here.
You're an idiot.
Go away.
Or filled with
Go away.
You're an idiot. Why? You gonna kill me? You gonna kill me like OJ and then get off? Yeah. Racist. I'm gonna be a racist. OJ's not a murderer. OJ's not a murderer.
Racist. Spell your name for me. What's your name?
Giacomo is Giacomo.
Last name?
No, it's Knox.
Giacomo, what's going on today?
Well, I grew up back east, and I used to love Chick-Fil-A back there. Didn't really know we had them out here. And my whole purpose for being here is supporting religious freedom and freedom of speech. Not to mention, this is not a corporate stance, the whole anti-gay. No, it's the personal spiritual viewpoint of the CEO, as well as it is a Christian company, but there's nothing hateful about the place. I enjoyed the food, I enjoyed being out here, and I enjoy watching everyone get their First Amendment on.
That's great. What do you think about the turnout here today?
The turnout's fantastic. I've seen crowds before, never like this. It's fantastic.
All right, thank you.
All I did was say OJ is guilty, so they called me a racist. How are you a racist because OJ is guilty? 98% of the world believe OJ is guilty. And then he called me retarded, which makes one sort of retarded, I think, to use the word retarded. That's not very nice. The reason it all began is because I said in the 1960s they didn't even allow black people.
No. Also, I don't see any signs here that say no gays allowed. I talked to the management, and there are no applications that say we don't accept gays, we don't let them work for us. So I'm sure there are gays who work for them. There are people who also eat here who are gay. So I really don't know what the problem is, other than the marriage thing, and that, of course, is a person's opinion, individual opinion.
Thank you.
All right.
My name is Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. What brings you to Chick-Fil-A today?
My friend wanted to come here and have a sandwich, and I've never eaten here before, and I weighed in and I lost 3 pounds, so I'm going to have a sandwich. The food's really good. It's spicy, but it's good. Well, because I got the spicy sandwich.
What do you think of all the controversy down here right now?
I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that somebody can't say what they believe and that someone else is trying to destroy their business. Why? Why are you trying to destroy his business just because of what he believes? That makes no sense to me. That's absolutely wrong. Everybody has their own opinion, so why argue about it?
So you're here to show
I am definitely supporting Chick-fil-A. Absolutely, 100%.
And why don't they go after like a J-Lo? She wears skin fur, and why don't you go after those people who are killing animals? I don't know. The thing is, it's the First Amendment. You're allowed to, believe what you believe. From what I understand, Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays, so clearly they're Christian, and you're surprised at their answer on tradition. Live and let live. That's all.
I agree. Totally support.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have lunch here at Chick-fil-A on Sunset?
Yes.
You already had lunch?
Yes.
How was lunch?
It was good. I had what did I have? Chicken salad sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the protest against Chick-fil-A and the people that came out here and supported Chick-fil-A. What do you think of what's going on here?
I think it's great the people support because they have the right to come support, Chick-fil-A. But the people against it, I mean, I don't know, they go do what they got.